Live from the SEP Video Studio in Northwest Florida, it's Late Night Talk with Jamie Settle.
Hey, and welcome to Late Night Talk. I'm Jamie Settle, and of course, as always, join in on the conversation by letting me know you're watching. I'm streaming live on my personal Facebook page as well as at Late Night Talk JS on my public page on Facebook and on YouTube at SEPTV HD. During the show, feel free to leave comments and I'll try my best to respond back on the show to give you a shout out. Remember to like the video and subscribe on my YouTube channel. So tonight, we're talking about one of my favorite comic book characters brought to life on the small screen and the big screen. And so what character that might be? Well, it is a superhero as well. So it's none other than Batman. So we want to talk about who is the best Batman out there. Now, of course, over the years, even before I was born in 81, we had Adam West, who was my favorite Batman of all time. And so that was the Batman show that appeared on TV in 1966 and ran for 3 seasons and sadly got canceled. It was a big budget show with lots of sets, and I think the Batcave, the equivalent, at least the Batcave back then, I think, cost about close to $1 million to construct. So that was a lot for a TV show back then. And so then we had all kinds of different cartoons with different characters or different actors playing the voice of Batman. And then came along Tim Burton, the director for the 2 Batman movies, Batman and Batman Returns in 1989 and 1992, I believe. And so we had Michael Keaton as Batman. And so this was very strange to me because I'd never had watched never read the comic book and never realized that he was a much darker figure. All I was used to was the Adam West campiness of the 1960s show. And then here comes along Michael Keaton, who is all dressed up in black. And it took me a while to warm up. Once I saw the movie, I just loved it. So Michael Keaton has become one of my favorites, definitely. And so I think it's Adam West and Michael Keaton are my 2 favorites. Now, of course, we have Kevin Conroy. Now, if you know anything about this is Kevin Conroy. He voiced Batman in the 90s for Batman the Animated Series. And so he had come on Pensacon. He went to Pensacon, and I got a picture with him. And so it was fun. He used his Batman voice at the very end. He was like, once I took the picture, I was walking away, and he was like, "Thank you," And so, so that was fun. But he was a good guy. So there we've got Kevin Conroy. I think just because that cartoon aligned with the Michael Keaton movies. I think he's probably another favorite, not the favorite. Heather says that Michael Keaton was the best, and I totally agree on that. And so, unfortunately, there was a 3rd movie in the Batman series of movies in the 90s, and unfortunately, Michael Keaton was not a part of it. I think Tim Burton made it a little too extreme at the time, And so Warner Brothers wanted to soften it up a little bit, so they hired Joel Schumacher to direct the next two films. And so so we had Val Kilmer, which I think he did a great job. I didn't really notice too much of, I knew there was a difference, obviously. But Val Kilmer, I think, did a good job on it for what was given to him, basically. And so then we go to the second movie of Joel's films, which is the fourth movie where George Clooney came in. Then, of course, we've got in the 2000s Christian Bale, who redefined a little bit more of the Dark Knight. And while he was good, he's still, for me, not the best. Heather says the new Batman was super good looking. And so we may be having some internet problems. I'm seeing that the live video is being interrupted. Let me know if we're having some problems here. I can do a speed test to see. But anyhow, so we've got Christian Bale. And then, of course, with all the Justice League movies and all the tie-ins that they're doing now, they have Ben Affleck. And so there's been a lot of talk about how a lot of people don't like Ben Affleck as Batman. And to me, I don't think it's really, to me, it doesn't really matter. But I have been very excited about this because the latest Flash movie that's involved with all the Justice League and Batman and Superman, Michael Keaton is actually returning as Batman. And so here we've got Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. And I think I've lost control of my switcher too. We're just having some difficult issues here. It's a one-man show. Let's see here. There we go. Sometimes the mouse gets sticky as well. So it's a one-man show. Things will happen. So anyhow, we've got Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. They will actually, in the Flash movie, from what I've just read tonight, they will actually be appearing in the Flash movie together, sharing a scene. So that's going to be interesting. The Flash movie is projected to come out this November 2022. So, not sure. Well, I'm really looking forward to that. And so, another interesting fact about Ben and Michael. Affleck is the tallest Batman at 6'4" and Michael Keaton was the shortest at 5'9". And so I guess that explains the respective ear links too on the on the masks. So there you go. So now it's a new segment that we just aired last week is called Late Night Pets. And so we continue that this week. We're going to meet Miss JoJo. Miss JoJo is a Chihuahua, and she's only weighs 3 pounds. She is 7 years old, and she is the fur pet child of Eva Bell Nisbel Johns. And so she is from Holt, Florida. And so Eva, I've been to Eva's house. Eva is the mother to Jennifer Nisbel. And Jennifer and I have been friends for a long time, since high school, middle school actually. And so Eva has all sorts of animals at her house that she cares for and loves, and so just wanted to share her Chihuahua tonight. And so thank you for allowing me to share with everybody that's watching. And so there we go. Now, of course, a bit of bad news has happened over the holiday break. We had, of course, Betty White and Bob Saget pass away. And, of course, we all thought that Betty White was going to live forever. And she just passed away shy of 100 years old. And then Bob Saget, I believe he passed away at the age of 65 just a couple of days ago. And so while I try to stay away from bad news, these two people, talented people, have been in shows that we've enjoyed. And so, I just wanted to mention that and see what your favorite shows were that you watched Betty White and Bob Saget in. And of course, Bob also is known for his stand-up comedy as well, and of course he's complete opposite in his comedy routine from the clean and proper Danny Tanner from Full House. And so I've enjoyed Bob Saget as Danny Tanner on Full House and Fuller House. And then, of course, who can forget, he started America's Funniest Home Videos, which is still going today, which is amazing to me. And so those funniest home videos still roll. That might be a new segment that we could do, is the funniest Northwest Florida funniest home videos. So if you have a home video, get in contact with me, private message me, or email me at jtsettle, that's SETTLE, at sepvideo.com. And so we'll see the best way of trying to get the video from you. And but yeah, Betty White, she's got a history, the Mary Tyler Moore Show, all the way to Hot in Cleveland, and the Golden Girls, of course, and then also Mama's Family as well. That starred with Vicki Lawrence and Carol Burnett, and of course she guest starred on the Carol Burnett Show, which is how Mama's Family got started. They did these family sketches there, and so Betty would be a guest as one of Mama's oldest children. So she's a comedian, and you can't beat those two. They'll be missed. Now, of course, now we've got the top 10 list. These are top 10 things that you can do to keep yourself occupied, or if you're bored or anything. So if you find yourself bored, remember this list, and it might help you stay occupied and give you some good things to do. So number one, of course, is read a book. So, pull out any book, pull out the Bible, pull out whatever that you'd like to read, and catch up on some reading. Number two is work on a puzzle. And of course, you probably have puzzles around the house that you could pull out and work on, and there might be a puzzle that's been laying on the table for a while, and so you might want to dust it off and start at it again. And then the third one is you could research and plan your next vacation. You don't even have to spend money on it. Just go online and see and write down what you'd like to do for your next vacation and just daydream about it as well. Number 4, if you're bored or if you want to stay occupied, try to rearrange a room in the house. And then, of course, number 5, always play a board game. Scrabble and I think of some of the old games that I used to play, Mousetrap and Candyland, those board games. Of course, there's several other board games as well. Monopoly as one, and you can even play those on video games as well. So you can play a board game, and then, of course, we've got number 6, which is you can call somebody that you haven't spoken with in a while. Let's see, Kevin. Sorry I missed that. Are they setting up Batman Beyond movies? Yes, I'm hoping they do, especially with Michael Keaton. That would actually be a great idea to use Michael Keaton in that capacity since he's older, and so yeah. So with the top 10 list, call somebody you haven't talked with in a while. And then number 7, revisit your New Year's resolutions. And of course, the New Year's Day has just arrived, and so we've just started with some resolutions. And so if you've not kept up with some resolutions, then go ahead and revisit them and see how you can accomplish sticking with your resolutions this year. Then we've got number 8. Now, of course, we've got before there was the phone cameras and digital cameras. Of course, we had the regular cameras that you develop film, and you have to wait like a day or two, or even an hour, to pick up the pictures, and then you'd put them in albums and things like that. Now, of course, some of our pictures now just stay on our phones or stay on our computers, and they never get printed out. So you might want to pick out some photos on your phone or computer to print out, and even make a scrapbook out of it. And there's lots of things that you can do. And so you don't even have to go to a store to print them out. The printers are a lot better, a lot improvement on the printers now. So you can print those out and print them on photo paper as well. Then, of course, if you're really bored, you can clean the house too. Most of us don't want to clean the house, but sometimes we've just got to. And so then the last one is number 10. You can go outside, get some sunshine, and take a walk. And so that's good for just about anybody, just to get outside of the house and just take a stroll down the street, on the sidewalk or wherever, and just walk around the neighborhood. Now, of course, colder weather, even colder weather is coming out this Saturday. So there might be even a chance, from what I've heard on the local news, that there may be some snow way down south. So I don't know if any of Pensacola, Pace, Milton, Northwest Florida is going to get any, but you never know with this system. It just might be cold enough, and all things might be right in place for it to snow. But you never know. But don't get your hopes up, though. But we can always wish for it. Of course, about taking a walk, you could also, if you wanted to do number 11, here are some events that are happening this weekend. And so we've got Bands on the Blackwater Music at the Garage presents Caleb Brown. It's Friday, tomorrow, January 14th at 7 p.m. till 11 p.m. Located at 6820 Caroline Street, Milton, Florida. And then on Saturday, we have the Fish Fest 2022 at Blue Wahoo Stadium. And so it's free to the public, to anyone. The Pensacola Blue Wahoos and Miami Marlins will host the first annual Fish Fest at Blue Wahoo Stadium on Saturday, January 15th from 2 to 4 p.m. The Fan Fest event will bring Miami Marlins guests to Pensacola to meet and greet fans, sign autographs, and participate in question and answer sessions as the Blue Wahoos look forward to their 10th season in downtown Pensacola this year. And so fans and guests will also have a chance to shop for exclusive ballpark souvenirs at the team's yard sale and get a behind-the-scenes tour of the ballpark. Fans attending the event will also be the first to learn about exciting new additions to the ballpark experience at the stadium this year. And of course, the lineup of Marlins guests attending the event will be released to fans in the weeks leading up to the event. And you can look at the events page on Facebook and learn a lot more about it. Tickets to the event are free and can be secured on the through the Facebook page as well. Now, another event happening is a 1920s murder mystery dinner show, Seville Quarter. The tickets are $59, and of course it's January 15th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show begins at 7 p.m. It's located at Heritage Hall in Seville Quarter. Purchase tickets through Eventbrite. That's, of course, $59. Includes service charge, tax not included. Tickets include choice of 2 entrees. The plot is set in the early 1920s speakeasy. An artifact has been brought in to be appraised from the evacuation of King Tut's tomb, but does his curse follow? Between murder, the mafia, moonshining, mystics, and the supernatural, this murder mystery will take every clue Detective Gunn and you has to solve the case. Attire, guests are encouraged to dress up in the 1920s attire. Family style seating. For questions or concerns, please email kelly@rosies.com. That's Kelly, Kelley, @rosies.com. And of course, it's filled this weekend. There's, I'm sure, a lot more events. If you want your event, if you're watching, if you want your event listed, please contact me as well. And we'll make sure that we can get your event on it for the next show and the shows leading up totally for free. So, now it's time for the trivia question. So, this was interesting to find out the answer to. And so I wonder if you know the answer to this. And it's a real short trivia question. How long is a moment? How long is a moment? Now, of course, you're on the honor system. You can't look it up on your phones or on the web. You either know it or you don't. And so if you know it, please let me know. Give me a comment, and we'll see if you know what the answer is. And of course, as always, the answer will be revealed next week. Of course, I see Martha. Hi, Martha. How are you? Haven't seen you and heard from you in a long time. Kevin goes 3 beats. No. And so, if you're talking music, I'll have to look that up. I have to refresh myself. But yeah, how long is a moment? So if you can answer that, maybe I can find something for someone with the correct answer to win. And of course, some information about it. The term as we know it was put into use by 8th century monk Saint Betty the Venerable, according to Science Focus. And so, so if you know it, you know it. Comment, let me know that you know. And we'll see who knows the answer. Well, it's that time again. We're out of time, and so I'm glad that you all could join me and watch the show. And so next week we'll have some topics to talk about, and we'll see what your opinion is. Let me know if you're watching this later on. Of course, please comment. Let me know what your Batman, what your favorite Batman is, and anything else that I've mentioned that. And even if you've got a topic, it can be any topic. Let me know about it, and we can talk about that next week. So that's really how this show works. Just comment back and forth, and I try to catch it on my laptops here and iPads and things like that. I mean, sometimes I don't catch it all the way, but I'd love to be able to give you a shout out and talk about everything that we can talk about. So thank you so much for joining me this time. And of course, next Thursday. Also, wanted to know if there might be a better night. I might even do a poll on the page as well to see if there's a better night that we can do late night talk, and a better time as well. So let me know, and I'd like to know what you think about it, if there would be a better time for a lot more people to be able to join. And of course, share this. If you've enjoyed it, share it with someone. Let them know what it's all about. And, we're local, and I try to keep it local as well. And when there's something that we can talk about locally, then we can do that. But thank you so much for joining me. And of course, as always, we'll see you next week.